hook is attached to this short tether of screw-lock box. Say again?
Допетлю за короткий полтора.
So,
Сергей, первый,
the
все верно. Петлю вокруг короткого фала делаем,
should be,
а карабин
it should go around the short tether, and the hook should be attached, the hook of the equipment tether should be attached. Okay, got it.
У меня на рейке пока висит. Понял?
It's attached in the rack here for now. Okay, copy.
Зацепил петлей за короткий.
It's looped around the short tether.
Принято.
Copy. Thread is unfastened.
Второй из
Number two is this is EV2, and I'm moving towards the circular handrails. A copy. EV1 is moving towards the handrail number 6010.
Принято. 60.
Copy.
Тогда
6010. And if possible, start operations with the transit cable. No, I'm saying that I'm translating over there. I'm not there yet. Say again? This is EV1, and I'm translating towards handrail 6110. Or 6021. Okay, copy now. I didn't hear you first time you said it.
Так, 61.
Okay, so 6111.
Сразу 60-10.
Yes. And then the next one should be number 69. Okay, so did you
60-10 это лучевой.
did you tether it somewhere? Well, yes, the circular handrails. Okay, yes, yes. So should it be like this or upside down? Well, I guess upside down would be better. Okay, so I'm tethered to 6110, the handrail 6110, and I'm now retrieving the transit from the cable bundle, so I guess we need to put a red on it. And it is locked in all 4 points, and you will have to unlock it, remove the pins, and you can use the large small tether and get all of the pins, locking pins, using that one and move them away. Okay, copy. So let me get the hook first.
И когда будешь вынимать
when you will be retrieving the pins
надо
from the
застраховать
connectors, you will have to also
чтобы не улетело
tether
далеко
the
никуда.
connector to make sure it does not fly off.
Принято.
Copy.
Так, а перед вытаскиванием чеки
And before
связывать не надо?
unlocking it, do I have to untie anything here?
Усилием
Or-
без разрезания.
No, you don't have to cut anything there. You just use force to pull it out. Okay, one is out. Copy.
Теперь отведи ее в другой конец карабина.
Now please move it over onto the other end of
Надевай на следующий
the hook
чехол.
a bit further, and then get it on the next locking pin. Copy.
Зацепился ротом за антенну.
Okay, I snagged here on the antenna a little bit.
Сергей, если чеки мешают
With my red.
то можно в
Сергей,
принципе, брать
if
флешбэк.
locking pins are, together and they are in the way, you can put them into the crew lock bag, actually.
Тебя придержать? Поудобнее. Так, у меня есть куда мне развернуться?
So, do we have enough space here, EV2? Yes, to the right in that position.
Мне правой рукой, чтобы чеку
So that I can use my right hand in order to retrieve the locking
я их убираю.
pin. Okay, so the ones on the hook, I'm putting them into the bag, into the trash bag. Copy.
Через 10 минут у нас наступит тень.
In 10 minutes, we'll enter eclipse.
Принято.
Copy.
Сергей, второй.
EV2,
Наблюдаешь трассу, по которой будешь переходить и...
can you see the translation route that you will use in order to work with the cables? You know, I am with my feet towards the route right now. Well, I can see somewhere the plane 64. It's easy to translate over it, and also the cable clamps. They are quite comfortably located between 1 and 4, and 3 and 4.
Ну, они так...
One is panel 2 to 7, and then the next one near the panel 2 8.
Там, подскажи,
Copy.
пожалуйста, это карабины или это наручники кабельно-держателя?
Okay, so what kind of cable holders? They are hooks, or what kind of holders are there? Yes, they are hooks. Okay, copy. As far as I understand, they are kind of automatic.
Сергей, первый.
EV1.
Да, готов извлечь.
Yes, I'm ready to retrieve.
Что-то у меня тут крайний. Но это, по-моему, не...
The nearest one, but I don't think that it is a fastener. You're talking about the locking pin? No, it is not a locking pin. Yes.
На самом деле не очень сейчас видно.
No, we cannot see very clearly right now. So the cable that is coming from the DC, right?
Это под обтекателем.
It is around the nose cone, not the one where the transit. No, the transit label is behind the panel. So from the nose, from the side of the nose fairing, there is kind of a locking pin, but it has a tether connected to it. Could you try and to move camera a little bit so that we can see it? Stand by one. I will complete my activity and then we'll try to show it to you on camera. Okay, yes, of course, we're standing by. Okay, so 3 locking pins are already in the trash bag. Copy. And what about pin number 4? I am actually... Yes, it is actually a locking pin. You were right. Yes, and behind the MLI flap, there is a connector there. Okay, this is pin, locking pin number 4. Copy.
Сергей, первый.
EV1.
По-моему, на навесном оборудовании...
I think on your OTA, one red is somehow not very well secured. Yes, I can see that. It's kind of moving around. While I was translating, I snagged on the antenna, so I had to go down to it. And to tell you the truth,
Хорошо, давай возьмем паузу.
I do not know how to unsnag all this mess. Okay, so let's take a pause here, and you will be able to figure it out. Okay, so this red, where is it coming from? The one that is...
This is Mission Control Houston. You're looking through the helmet camera affixed to Space Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov's Orlan spacesuit helmet. A good view of Sergei Kud-Sverchkov in the Orlan suit with the blue stripes as they work their way through the next task in today's Spacewalk menu, that being the disconnection and reconnection of a telemetry cable. The cable has linked the Zvezda service module to the Pirs docking compartment for its use as a Spacewalk airlock for the past 19 years since Pirs was delivered to the International Space Station's Russian segment. That cable being disconnected and repositioned to connect at the interface between Zvezda and the Poisk module, being employed today for the first time as an airlock for future Russian spacewalks until the arrival next year and outfitting of the new multi-purpose laboratory module, the Neoka, that will launch on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Poisk's use was validated earlier today through the depressurization and repressurization and the inspection of hatch seals. The spacewalk began 3 hours, 25 minutes ago at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time. The only glitch so far was the inability of the two cosmonauts to open up a container housing a new fluid regulator unit that was to have been installed in the Zarya module of the International Space Station to replace an older unit. That unit is operating normally, but was to have been replaced with a new unit. Unfortunately, the cosmonauts could not get the container open because of a bulky bolt, so that task was aborted and will be rescheduled at a later date.
Okay, so I let that one go, and I secured it. Okay, now it goes underneath here. Stand by one. Don't move much. I think, is everything fine now? Yes, it's okay now. Unintelligible. It's a very nice location. Just a minute here. What about the connectors? Come again? Connectors? Well, let me move here. Let me turn around. Thank you so much, Sergey, too, for your assistance. Have you untangled, yes, or disentangled everything? Now I am in the area of the bundle. Copy. So now you will have to unfasten the controller and hand it over, connector, correction, and hand it over to EV2. Copy in work. Unintelligible. The connector is behind, beneath the bundle, right? Behind the reflector. Yes, that's correct. It's where you removed the locking, the last locking pin. Copy. The last locking pin actually was left on the connector itself. Yes, yes, that's right. What about the bundle? How rigid is it? I don't think it is very rigid. Copy. Well, it actually is quite flexible, although a lot of time passed, but it is still flexible. Okay, copy.
можешь поставить здесь, опирайся.
Sergey,
разъем должен быть у тебя в районе правой руки.
you know, the connector should be somewhere in the area of your right hand. Yes, I can see it, actually. Can I retrieve it? Yes, it's a go. Retrieve the connector and the cable bundle also, and hand it over to EV2. Stand by one. First, I have stand by one. First, I have to retrieve the locking pin. So I removed the hook here. Will you be able to reach it from here? EV1? Unintelligible. Success?
Сейчас крайний раз тоже.
Unintelligible. So I will sew this locking pin. So I retrieved the locking pin, and it is now in the fresh bag. And I am retrieving the connector. The connector is out. Unintelligible. Yes, have you secured it? Unintelligible. Okay, so it's for the cutter, or I don't know. Yes, from that side. Yes, it is. Secure it here with thread.
This is Mission Control Houston. This view from a balcony camera overlooking the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, where Russian flight controllers are watching the work of Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov outside of the Poisk module airlock of the International Space Station. They're currently working to disconnect a telemetry cable that is mated between the Zvezda service module, which is the telemetry and nerve center for the Russian segment of the station, and the Pirs docking compartment, which has been used in the past as the airlock from which Russian spacewalks have been staged, and to reconnect it to a similar interface panel between Zvezda and the Poisk module, which now is in play as the new airlock for Russian spacewalks. An earlier task to replace an older fluid regulator unit on the Zarya module of the station with a new unit was not accomplished because the crew could not open up the container housing the new fluid regulator unit. They tried to pry the container open, but a bulky bolt would not cooperate, and the Russian flight controllers aborted that task. The container with the new unit was brought back inside the Poisk module, and that task will be undertaken at a later date. The older unit is working fine and is in support of fluid flow in the Zarya module, but the task to replace it with a new unit was not accomplished earlier today during the spacewalk.
EV2, I suggest you translate towards plane number 1 until the panel 28, and EV1 will be following you, and we'll use the cable holder. Well, actually, I am near the panel 28 already. Copy. There is this shortcut handrail. I will jump over it. Yes, it's a gap spanner. Goes to PHO. Yes, you have to go over it. Yes, it is done. I can see platform number 7. Well, let me see what will be the best way to work with it. EV2 stop for a while. First, EV1 is catching up with you. Actually, I can work with the cable on the platform 28. The cable is long enough. Yeah, but first pull it so that it is tight. Okay, I have an issue with the ratchet wrench on the cable holder. EV1 is near the cable holder of MRM2 right now, Moscow. Copy, now we understand. You don't have to tie anything up. You can secure it on SM right away, correct? Yes. You can secure it on SM right away. Copy, so I will secure it back. Tighten it again. Well, if you have unfastened it, actually you could have retrieved it. I've already retightened it. Okay.
The view from the helmet camera of Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, a native of Baikonur, Kazakhstan, as the International Space Station flies 260 statute miles over northern Kazakhstan at this hour. Kud-Sverchkov and Sergei Ryzhikov, the station commander, now approaching the 3-hour, 40-minute mark into today's spacewalk as they continue to reposition a telemetry cable that is being removed from the interface between the Zvezda and Pirs modules for its reconnection to a similar interface panel that will connect it to the Poisk Zvezda service module interface.
And we will switch tethers, and then we will try to pass it to each other. So, stand by one. So that it is possible to reach. Yes, it is at your own discretion. Of course, you know, it is too dark to see. Oh, by the way, stand by one. Stand by one. I will have a better look here, because there is one thing that might help. So this connector, Artyom, this transit connector, is it under a separate flap or some other flap? The transit connector is beneath the separate flap. Because there are two connectors, a high frequency, as far as I understand. Each of them is under a separate flap. Yes, there are two high-frequency connectors. So which one of them? The one that is closer to plane 4?
Сейчас, секунду. Там на нем маркировки ты не наблюдаешь?
You do not see any labeling on it. There are no labeling on flaps. There is 2 Roman figure there, but you know, it's the access is so uncomfortable. I just won't be able to reach to it. And what about the patch panel? Look at the patch panel. There should be PPP72 in paint. This marking should be there. Okay, let me see whether I can do it at all, because I cannot reach here at all.
Сейчас можешь повторить, пожалуйста, про этот разъем, потому что помехи большие и сложно разобрать.
Can you repeat the information about the connector? I am trying to get to those flaps. No, Joy, cannot get to them as yet. You know, I can reach with my hand, but it is not enough to work with them. Okay, let me try from the other side. Okay, I have secured myself inaudible. On the circular handrail of the SM, I am tethered now. It's EV1.
Повтори, пожалуйста, про кольцевые поручни SM.
Come again about the circular handrail. It's a plane 3 on the cable holder of the circular handrail. I have tethered, and I am now moving towards EV2.
Хорошо, принято. Перемещайся дальше в сторону.
Copy, proceed, translating towards EV2.
Ребят, сейчас будет короткий перерыв связи.
Guys, there will be short dropout in comm. Copy. All right, that's great. Unintelligible. All right, most likely I will have to go from the side of the DC-1. I can't really reach it like this. Okay, guys, we are not receiving any video. Could you just tell us and report what's going on? Sergey is approaching me. He's moving in my direction. And we are attaching it with the cables. So that we could secure it well. I have a suggestion, guys. Let's first get it as close to the connector as possible and only then attach it. That's a no-go. All right. We'll attach it to the handrail and it shouldn't be in the way. Our specialists are telling us that the old panel is working fine. Oh, that's good news. With some change. $10. We need to pull it up. Is it tight? Yes. Maybe we didn't need to run it through here. Although I don't think there is a different option.
Я думаю, как он дотянул сюда.
Maybe we could have reached it like this.
Если не дотянется, то будет очень обидно. Тогда расфиксируем держателя.
Well,
Давай попробуем расфиксировать.
if we can't reach, maybe that's then we will just disconnect the.
Не внизу, а вот сверху.
Disconnect it.
Хорошо, давай.
Okay, and maybe we can like the clamps, and then maybe we can move it up a little bit.
Взял.
Okay, I got it.
Все, давай заведем, а потом.
All right, let's move it here.
Так, и получается тебе надо сместиться туда.
And you need to move as much as possible forward.
Потому что по-другому.
And I will move to DC1 as far as possible as where?
Они заканчиваются. Так, а мы тут тогда.
Over there. So,
Сейчас я уйду. Я сейчас.
and you'll be walking over there? Yes, that's what I'm doing.
По-другому. Никак. Ну ладно.
There we go.
Ребят, как меня слышно?
Guys, how do you copy?
Хорошо. Слышно?
Pretty well.
Так, а здесь я не перескочу.
And I won't be able to hop over this one here,
Сейчас
probably.
попробую. Серега, подожди, не иди пока.
Sergey, stand by. Don't move right now.
Дотянусь, не дотянусь.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to reach.
Поближе надо.
I need to be a little bit closer.
Якорь, помощь, рассматривали.
Well, maybe the anchor can be of some help.
Так. Потом якорь на ВУ.
And then the anchor is going to be here.
Якорь.
Right, that's where we have the anchor.
Второй перешел на ВВСО.
And EV2 is on DC1,
Принято.
so that's unintelligible. All right, I will have to get to that position from the side of the boom. You want to move along the boom? No, from the side of the boom. Would you not be able to get through on my side? No, my head doesn't fit. Do you think... let me do it.
FP7, правильно?
So, FP7. Right? Yes. FP7. Not the plate itself. From that side, do you see the connectors? Do you think they're marked?
Я только до клапана вот достаю.
I'm only reaching to the
Клапан открыл.
MLI flap. I opened it, but that's as far as I can get. I can't reach the connectors.
Ну, это у нее обычное состояние.
So I should probably move to the boom.
Тогда я перехожу на стрелу.
Right, I'm moving to the boom.
На длины хватит.
I think I will reach it.
Так. Транспортировочное устройство.
So I am secured. Copy. I am secured with the second hook. All right. No rush here. Okay, I get it.
Ребят, до конца тени осталось
Guys,
буквально пару минут. Уже светает.
just a couple of minutes till the sun comes out. Right. That ring handrail. Circular handrail. And now I need to turn around to actually do something. Okay. Sergey, could you please check that I'm not getting caught on anything and I'm not breaking anything here? Right. like so.
Есть второй, о, первый.
Okay, EV1.
Понимаю, то как раз ты находишься в зоне антенны.
Do I understand you correctly that you are somewhere near the antenna?
Да, поаккуратней там.
Just be careful there, all right?
Хорошо, принято.
Copy. Of course.
Я ничего не там не...
Could you make sure that I'm not trampling over anything here?
Просто я вижу перед собой. Нет, все нормально у тебя.
No, you're fine.
Перед собой.
Just that I see...
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 2 minutes into today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov. They continue to work in the neighborhood of the Poisk module of the International Space Station,
4 hours, guys.
having disconnected
Copy.
a telemetry cable from the interface between the Zvezda service module, which is the telemetry center for the Russian segment, and the Pirs docking compartment, which is now in the early stages of being decommissioned in favor of the interim use of Poisk as an airlock for Russian spacewalks, and of course will be replaced as a spacewalk venue once the new multi-purpose laboratory module is launched next year by the Russians.
7-2. That's the name of the connector.
The telemetry cable was disconnected from the interface panel between Zvezda and Pirs and is in the process of being reconnected to a similar panel to the Poisk module.
So, FFP 7-.
This activity coming in the wake of the cosmonauts' inability to open up a container housing a new fluid flow regulator that had been earmarked for installation in the Zarya module of the International Space Station. The two cosmonauts tried to unbolt the lid to the container and were unable to do so. The old fluid flow regulator is operating just fine inside the Zarya module, no problem there. So no urgency to get this task done. The original task, the first of the tasks in today's lineup of activities for the two cosmonauts outside. As you look at the view from the helmet camera of Space Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov, that fluid flow regulator replacement will be earmarked for a future spacewalk by the Russian side.
Cable connector.
After this telemetry cable is connected between Zvezda and Poisk, Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov will take a look at the rest of the tasks on the plan for today and will provide additional words to the cosmonauts about how far we plan to get with the rest of today's spacewalk activity.
Well, as far as I understand, the tag, the original tag, is on DC-1. Okay, best way to do it is to move it as far as possible away so that the cable would have been a little bit tight, and then attach it with a wire tie underneath of the handrail so that we don't have any off-nominal situations later. Of course.
Спасибо.
Так, есть такое дело.
All right, we got it.
Ты бы мог мне Сирокова передать? Я бы здесь его привязал.
Can you tie it up here?
Затянет.
Well, it will be tight.
Ты этот возьми.
I thought.
Давай. Ага.
Okay.
Может это? Все-таки сейчас привяжу быстренько. Ну давай.
Let me tie this down real quick. Okay, fine.
Так. Улетела.
Wait, it kind of escaped me. All right, the transit cable for DC1 has been attached to DC1. Right underneath the RSC Energear sign, logo. We copy, thank you. And okay, we have the connector. FP72. All right, here we go. Got it. Is it long enough? All right, I have checked out the connector, and there is no damage, and it's clear of any FOD. All right, it's tight here. Okay, we have the connector.
Разъем 7.2 состыкован с разъемом 7.2, да?
All right, so the connector FF7-2 is connected to 7-2. So we have the connector, and we have it covered up.
Тогда к тебе просьба поснимать фиксирующую плату и
All right, Sergey, please remove the plate, the connector panel.
необходимо сделать.
And move the cable and secure it if possible. Well, the cable is secured with 2 cable holders.
Один на поручне 22-42,
and one should be near panel 28.
Так точно, да.
It is there. They are there. So they are tight everywhere, right? You don't need to tighten it or anything? No, we don't. It's really tight. Okay, then, Sergey, translate to EVA ladder. Copy. Okay, I have the camera on. I'm trying to get some video for you, but the MLI flap is curling up, so it's not an easy task.
Хорошо, Сергей, ну как получится снять, так получится.
Сергей?
Нам важно, в принципе, кадры, что кабель
you can do.
И зафиксировал проволочным фиксатором.
Just make sure
механически не состыкован с СМом, хотя и видели.
It is secured with the wire tie.
Но хотелось бы это заснять.
It would be great if you could record the video for it. Okay. And how are you guys? Do you need any help before the next activity? Do you need a break before the next activity? No. I am translating. Copy. All right, then move on to SNP 407. Right, we are closing the MLI and the connector with the MLI. The caps. It's a little bit difficult. Come again? We didn't quite copy. I'm just saying that the caps for the connector, I did not connected them because it's a little bit difficult to get to them. That is fine. It's not a problem. All right, I am closing the flap here.
Принято.
Copy.
И Сергей второй, после того, как закончил, переходи тоже к кронштейну соединения.
Sergey, once you are done, please move over to the bracket with the connectors too. I copy. I'm still fighting with that. Flap. And I have moved over to the EVA ladder. Do you see that bracket? Yes, I do see it.
Транспортировочный на них висит, да?
And the transportation tether is attached there. Is that right? Yes, it is there. Copy.
Да, тогда надо застраховать будет.
Then, please secure it with your
Приступать к демонтажу.
tether and start with the disassembly. Copy. I am done with the flap. And I'm going to attach the secured connector to it.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 16 minutes into today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov. They have now completed the task of repositioning a telemetry cable that was hooked up to a interface panel between the Pirs docking compartment and the Zvezda service module that was disconnected and then relocated to a similar interface panel with the Poisk module from which today's spacewalk was conducted, the first time that Poisk has been used as an airlock for Russian spacewalks. An earlier task to replace a fluid flow regulator unit in the Zarya module of the International Space Station could not be completed because the container housing a new unit could not be opened, and so the old fluid flow regulator unit remains in play in the Zarya module, operating fine. The task to replace it with a new unit will be deferred to a future date.
Now?
The Russian side is estimating about 6 hours for today's spacewalk, so the two cosmonauts will now press on to the next task, that being the removal of a connector assembly housing some material science experiments from the exterior of the Pirs docking compartment to be brought back inside for later analysis. So the two cosmonauts continue to press ahead, now having completed the relocation of that telemetry cable from the Pirs docking compartment to the Poisk module.
Ребят,
Зафиксировал ретом.
Okay, it is now attached, secured.
ребят, меня слышно?
Okay, guys, do you read me?
Да, слышно, да?
Yes, we do.
Принято решение, мы идем на агрегатный отсек.
We made a decision to move over towards the
Принято.
aft side. Copy.
Так, при помощи транспортировочного устройства перешел на
Okay, I'm using the translation aid and I'm moving over
и двигаюсь по ним
to the nadir part and I keep translating over to the side.
устройства.
Принято.
Copy.
Установил трещотку.
Ratchet wrench installed.
Принято.
Copy.
Замок фиксации.
Opening the latch. Copy.
Открутил полностью, снял.
It is unfastened fully and removed.
Принято.
Copy.
Теперь надо застраховать в крылок-бэге.
And now you'll need to tether it to pre-lock bag. So it away. I'm standing by for Sergey and I'm here already, close to you.
Перескочил.
Okay, so let me move over.
Так. Так, я на выходном устройстве.
And I'm on the EVA ladder.
Надо открыть крылок бэк.
Copy. I'm ready to open the pre-lock bag, okay?
Открываю.
I'm opening it now.
Попробуем. С одной стороны влезет он. Интересно. Да, попробуем.
Do you think it's gonna fit on that side? No, maybe it will fit if we go from the side of the handle. Okay, got that.
Да, большой.
Yes, it is quite big.
Большой, да, и
Yes, it is big.
вот ретом.
So should we use the rat?
Травушина.
Do you see the lug here?
Запить.
The eyelet, so we can
Попробуем.
hook onto it. Okay, let me try it.
Ребят, если не получается
Okay, guys,
внутрь,
and
тогда
if
подвяжите
you can't
проволочным фиксатором
put it inside, then
одну точку,
please attach the wire tie
а
to one
вторая
of the
точка
tether
будет
points, and then
транспортировочной.
the second point will be your rat.
Зафиксировали ретом.
It is secured with the rat from crew lock bag.
Принято.
Copy.
Попробуем завести.
We're gonna try to put it in.
Давай, вот.
Okay.
Прицепить его на поручень, что ли.
Okay.
На ушко она...
We need to attach it to the handrail itself, not just the
Потом
eyelet.
придется доставать импакт. Может быть, его...
We'll have to retrieve the impact tray later on. So should we put it all the way inside then? If it's easier? Well,
Как сказать? В теории все это.
relative. I guess it sounds good in theory. Okay,
Наблюдаем эту
copy
картину.
that. And
Если
we are
Если
watching you guys.
не получится это убрать,
If you can't restore it
то
quickly,
все-таки его
if
подвязать
it's
снаружи.
difficult, then you're gonna have to secure it outside.
Берем.
Okay, so get that.
Сейчас я зафиксирую рукой.
Oh,
Мне все равно вытаскивать импакт и его... Да. Сейчас. Подожди, ты уже так хочешь? Ну да.
okay, stand by, wait. Is it where you want to move it? Yeah. Let's try to get the impact tray out. Guys, you don't have to waste time on it right now, because we're going to have to go back to it once we'll move on to the impact tray operation. And we need to save time right now to make sure that you have energy to move over towards the SMF side. Copy.
Тогда, смотрите, кронштейны с соединителями.
And the brackets, the connectors,
застрахован, пускай будет.
So one hoop should be
свой короткий фал.
Attached
А вторая точка фиксации
on the short tether, and then the second attachment point is that you will have to attach a wire tie to a preload box. This is for Sergey 1.
Как слышно, был перерыв.
Did you copy? We had a quick LOS. Artem SMP is inside, and the kits are inside and tethered in the same manner. One is attached to preload bag red, and the other one that's going outside and on towards the handle. So when we were LOS, you managed to put it all inside, correct? Yes. Okay, copy. That's good. Okay, guys, in that case, take a break now. Take a few minutes to rest, because it's been intense and you didn't take any breaks. And I'm going to give you the big picture regarding your further operations. Okay. We are ready to copy. So right now, you will move over towards the impact tray, and we will not do the window 8 operations during this EVA. If time allows, at the end, we're going to when the window of EV hatch of MRM2. And right now you will move on to impact operations, you will remove it, and then you will take photos of gasoil plume deflectors, and you will translate back through plane 3 of the small diameter towards MRM. Copy. Okay, on my go, you will start the translating over there. And please take 2 to 3 minutes now to rest. Copy. So we're going to use the EVA ladder and move over towards the SM, translating along the handrails. That's correct. And you will be moving along SM plane 1, between planes 1 and 4. Copy. EV2 has begun translation. No, please stand by. Stand down. Please take time to rest. Copy. Resting now.
Сергей Николаевич, Сергей Владимирович, группе медицинского обеспечения.
Sergey 1 and Sergey 2, this is medical support team. Yes, go ahead.
Как вы себя чувствуете?
How are you feeling, guys?
Первый чувствую себя хорошо.
EV1 is feeling well. EV2 is feeling well too. How about the temperature? Sergey 2, are you still feeling hot or not? No, it's comfortable temperature. I don't think that it's hot right now. Okay. Thank you very much for your report. Take 1 more minute to rest, and then you will proceed on my go. Copy.
Сергей, первый, покажи, пожалуйста,
Sergey 1.
камеру крылок бэк поближе.
Could you please show us preload back through your helmet cam? I want to see the configuration of the brackets there. Can you see it?
картинка с небольшой задержкой идет.
The video is lagging. Could you please move up and closer?
Нет, к сожалению, на этой картинке не
Well,
разобрать,
unfortunately,
как фиксировано.
I can see how exactly it is tethered,
Планшету
but
Impact 2.
as far as I understand it from your reports, it is done in a similar way as Impact 2 tray. Yes, correct. The hook is attached onto the handle
Начинаем движение.
and we look back. Okay, copy, and please start translating now. Who's going to go first?
Второй находится раньше, да?
And, well,
This is Mission Control Houston, approaching the 4.5-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, with about another hour and a half worth of work on tap for the two cosmonauts outside the Russian segment. This being the first spacewalk conducted out of the Poisk module, which was delivered to the station 11 years ago. The cosmonauts completed the relocation of a telemetry cable connecting Pirs to the Pirs docking compartment, which has been the spacewalking venue for all Russian spacewalks out of the station since its delivery to the complex back in 2001. That telemetry cable was disconnected between Pirs and the Zvezda service module and reconnected to the Poisk module, this being the first in a series of steps that will ultimately decommission Pirs and enable it to be deorbited next year in favor of the new Russian multipurpose laboratory module that will be launched on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Next up will be the two cosmonauts moving in the vicinity of Zvezda to remove and replace a tray of witness plates collecting data on micrometeoroid impacts on the surface of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Okay, I'm going to look what works better. Okay. There is a foot restraint here as well, yes. So I'm going to be rehooking my tether and translating like this. Yes.
Это точно не надо делать.
And please don't break this. Yes, you don't need to do that for sure.
Once again, the two cosmonauts spent quite a bit of time validating the integrity of the Poisk module as a base for conducting spacewalks out of the Russian segment, as they depressurized and repressurized the airlock, inspected the hatch seals on Poisk, which has been used throughout the years as a docking port and now is fully certified to be able to support Russian spacewalks, the first of which is in progress by Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov. Once outside, the spacewalk having begun at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, the two cosmonauts set up their equipment and moved a container housing a new fluid regulator system that was to have been installed in the Zarya module, the first element launched to the International Space Station back on November 20th, 1998, almost 22 years ago to the day. Unfortunately, the two cosmonauts could not open up the lid to the container housing the replacement fluid regulator. And so the old regulator remains in place in Zarya, functioning fine, no problem. The task of replacing it with a newer unit put off until a future spacewalk. The two cosmonauts then repositioned a telemetry cable connecting the Pirs docking compartment to the Zvezda service module and reconnecting it to a patch panel that enables telemetry to flow between Zvezda and the Poisk module, now in service as a Russian airlock. Next up for the two cosmonauts, a short trip down to Zvezda, where they will remove and replace a witness plate that has collected data on impacts by micrometeoroids on the surface of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
EV2 has translated on the handrail. Copy. This is EV1, and I'm next to the cone cover. Copy. Keep translating. Am I going to translate over there, and the thrusters are inhibited, correct? Yes, you have my go. Copy.
Так. По ТПП как порекомендуете пройти?
And what is your recommendation? How should I
Там стороной немножко надо обходить.
move there?
Поручень.
There is a gap spanner there next to handrail 24 inaudible. And then you will be translating over to handrail 2541 and 2511.
This view from an external camera on the International Space Station showing Sergei Sverchkov at the 4-hour, 38-minute mark into today's spacewalk, which is the first for him and Space Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov. The two cosmonauts have made their way back to the large diameter, as it's called, of the Zvezda service module to conduct an inspection back there, take photographs of the surfaces on several of the planes of the service module, and to swap out a tray of witness plates that has collected data on micrometeoroid impacts on the surface of the International Space Station's Russian segment. The cosmonauts repositioned a telemetry cable that connected the Pirs docking compartment, the original spacewalking airlock for Russian EVAs from the International Space Station. That cable connected Pirs to the Zvezda service module. It was disconnected and reconnected to a patch panel that now enables the Poisk module to be fully functional as a Russian airlock in concert with telemetry that flows between Poisk and the Zvezda service module. One task that could not be completed was the replacement of a fluid flow unit in the Zarya module because the container in which a new unit was housed could not be opened by the cosmonauts. The new unit brought back inside Poisk. It will be used for a future spacewalk. The current fluid flow regulator unit in Zarya is working fine, so no impact to Russian operations.
This is EV2, and I'm also in the large diameter area. Copy. And I'm trying to inspect the PRK area. There is an interesting patch right above the word Zvezda, and it's dark in color. I can't really see much. This is nominal. This is standard. Okay, I got that. But what I mean is that the area next to the fracture. Sergey, look, if you're referring to the fracture, we have the following recommendation for you. Please translate to the black handrails, and please locate yourself next to handrail 2646. And the assumed fracture location should be above GGU along plane 4. So we have the following recommendation for you. Move over to handrail 2646, activate Glisser camera, and please film this area as much as you can, and you have not more than 5 minutes to complete this. Copy.
При этом страховаться и переходить выше к четвертой плоскости.
And at the same time, you don't need to tether yourself and move over to plane 4. Copy.
The two cosmonauts, while back in the vicinity of the large diameter, as it's called, of the Zvezda service module, retrieved a connector bracket tray that houses some material science samples. And again, now while they're taking photographs of the aft end of the service module, are in the process of retrieving a couple of trays of material science experiments, as well as a tray of experiments called Impact, which collects data on micrometeoroid impacts on the surface of the Russian segment of the station.
Copy. Activating Glisser camera.
Принято.
Copy.
Так, включена камера.
The camera is on.
Толкни меня, пожалуйста.
Sergey, could you please push me backwards? Well, I first need to reach to you. Stand by 1. You know, the most important is that it doesn't kink. Okay, I am performing the video shooting with the camera. I will be holding you. Yeah, you know, it's Velcro here, and it got attached. And it's very tightly attached, very good Velcro.
This view from Sergei Ryzhikov's helmet camera as the space station flies 260 miles over the Amazon, just south of Manaus, Brazil, moving from southwest to northeast. 4 hours, 46 minutes into today's spacewalk.
Sergey, please, I'm waiting for you to push me a little bit. Well, let me translate a little bit higher. Okay, so will you be able to do the shoot? Yes, I am actually taking video right now. In the area of this panel, Moscow, it is rather some remnants of old something. You have to shoot a little bit higher than the first letter Z. Okay, the first letter. The first letter. Somewhere in the area of this first letter Z, or maybe a little bit higher, but it's just approximate estimation. So behind the antenna, you know, I do not see anything suspicious here. So I should have changed out my hooks, should change them places, but yeah, you need time for that. Okay, guys, so let us continue. The time is up. I am deactivating the camera. Copy.
Работает. Подольше, да?
Should I just hold a little bit longer so that it deactivates? Now it is off.
Принято.
Copy.
Переходим на первую плоскость
So go to
агрегатного отсека.
plane number 1 of AO, assembly compartment.
Первый
EV1
в районе
is in the area
ГЗУ.
of GZU, plume deflector.
Поручни
The handrail
6-13.
2613, 2614.
Принято.
Copy.
Переходи тогда дальше на 2615 и 2616.
Please proceed to 2615 and 16,
Это место станет.
and EV2 will replace you at your current location. So I will have to demate the crew log back from the short tether. Yes, that's correct. Let's do the change out, Sergey, I mean swap.
Мне надо
And this is Sergey too.
короткий поближе, да? Да, короткий поближе.
I have to work with the short tether and make it closer here. Yes, that's correct.
Так.
All right. Stand by 1.
Так, вот фал.
Here is the tether with the red. Okay, let me see from which side it is coming out here. Yes, hold the tether itself.
И как правильно в таком совместить?
No, we have to do it just right.
Мне же надо короткий сюда, длинный туда.
I need,
Перейти.
to first use the short one, then the long one.
Крылок бэк на
Okay, the crew log bag
второго.
is on EV2.
Перестраховать.
Sergey, can you
Принято.
switch tether here? Maybe you should move with your feet in the different direction.
То есть ногами
You mean
на 180 развернуть, чтобы ногами...
just turn 180 degrees?
Артем говорил, что сверху...
Yes, I understand, but Artyom was telling us that the handrail is somewhere from
Я там не дотянусь с той стороны до поручня.
the upper side, because I won't be able to reach the handrail from that side. Unintelligible.
Не надо, длинный я сейчас...
You know, you don't need to take the long one, because I'm holding it with my left hand and am
Ну, знает поручень, где длинный.
transferring it.
Так, я что-то не понял. У меня в глазах есть такая.
You know, something is in my eyes. I cannot understand anything. I mean, I cannot see very clearly. Will you be able to reach it here? Yes, I think so. You know, the short one is in the way here. It prevents you from reaching out. No, there is. Is it the handrail here, or what is it? Probably not. 2713 is the handrail, right? Artem.
Сейчас, секунду.
Stand by one, guys. Next to the unit 12. 2713. You on the edge, you mean? Yes, that's right.
Да, это поручень, за него.
Yes, it is a handrail and you can secure the tether there. Okay, sounds good.
Рядом с ним еще 2712.
There is 2712 next to it, and I think it's like Baba pole. It's not very easy to hop over it here. Unintelligible. Well, it is too short. In 6 minutes, guys, we will enter the eclipse. You know, I'm not sure I will be able to secure myself here. Okay, so I have completed this maneuver. Now, the short one should be transferred. No, Sergei 2 doesn't have to be transferred. So it's great. So what we do now? We are, first of all, guys, you remove the first impact tray for this purpose. Before that, you will have to secure it so it doesn't flow away. Should we use red for this? Yes, exactly. Red tether should be secured to the impact tray that you will have to remove later. Maybe I should switch the hooks and the short one with the hook make it closer. So that's I think I should rehook here. So when you start retrieving the protective cover, you also will have to secure it with the red. And then you will have to also use the reds from Krulok bag. Okay, copy that.
This is Mission Control Houston as we approach the 5-hour mark into today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts, Sergei Ryzhikov on the left with the Orlan suit and the red stripes, and Sergei Sverchkov on the right with the blue stripes, have just retrieved a witness plate from the exterior of the Zvezda service module that has measured and collected data on micrometeoroid impacts on the surface of the Russian segment of the station. The two cosmonauts are on the home stretch of today's spacewalk that began at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, repositioning a telemetry cable that connected the Pirs docking compartment with the Zvezda service module to a similar connection point that now links the Poisk module being used today for the first time as a spacewalking airlock to Zvezda. The two cosmonauts also retrieved a collection plate of material science experiments that have been working on the outside of the Zvezda service module. Were unable earlier in the EVA to replace a fluid flow regulator for the Zarya module of the International Space Station because they were unable to open up the container housing a replacement unit. So that was brought back inside the Poisk module airlock. It will be assessed and that task rescheduled for a later spacewalk. No impact to the operation of the Zarya module.
Can I remove the old tray? Not stop. You have to first put the protective cover on it before removing. Okay, let me retrieve the cover. Here you go. A little bit closer. Yes, I have it. It is on red. Yes. That's why it was not very easy for me to give it to you. Okay. No, don't let it go. I'm holding it. Okay, I have it on. Great. So I will put a little bit more slack in here. That's great. Before you install the cover, you should check that the latch is in the position open. Guys, this is Moscow. The latch is in the open position. Copy. Now install the protective cover on the impact. Okay, so I've secured it with a Velcro and covered. Copy. Now you will have to remove the impact tray number 1. First of all, untie the wire tie. In work.
Сергей, подскажи, пожалуйста, этот проволочный фиксатор...
Sergey, this wire tie, is it tied to the handrail of the impact itself or to the handrail of VSO? It is tied together. No, correction, to the handrail of the impact tray. Copy. Then do not remove it, please, but just leave it on the plate on the tray. Okay, copy. So it is secured with red. And also we use the wing nut. No, you have two contact points, one on the cover, and the second is with the red to the impact handrail. Yes, I confirm. Two contact points. Now you can work with the ratchet wrench, working with the wing nut.
Ребят, общее время за бортом 5 часов 2 минуты.
Guys, you've been outside for 5 hours and 2 minutes. Copy. Got it?
Мне подсказывают, это не время за бортом, надо сказать, а время ВКД.
Well, they prompted me here. It's not the outside time. It is the total EVA time. Copy. Now you can secure it here, Sergey. Okay, here, inaudible. I am removing it.
Так, мы его... А как будем транспортировать, Артем?
So how are we going to carry it, Artem? With the use of the tether from the impact itself, and the second contact point will be to the crew lock bag. So there is the fastener there. So right now I have to tie it with a wire fastener. Yes. Right now impact is removed and is on red right now.
На данный момент фиксацию оставьте.
Okay, currently leave it.
Предлагаю сейчас оставить фиксацию это.
It's not a good way to do it.
Лучше сразу организовать где-нибудь, да?
It's not a good option to leave it on two reds. I wanted to tell you guys so that to install the new impact, and then the equipment tether will be available for the third contact point. I agree. It is close here somewhere. Okay, so let's retrieve the new impact. It is secured. Yes. Exactly how the old one is secured. The tether should be unraveled. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It is not tight. No. Unintelligible. Artyom,
Связи.
go ahead.
Связи.
On the DZU handrail, there is the red mark on the right hand side. Next to it, the old impact was installed. So should we install it at the same location or in the center?
На то же самое место, где стоял
Yeah, please install it to the location where the previous impact was.
15 сантиметров от края.
15 centimeters from the edge. It's about the width of a hand. Okay. Now I understand. Yes, it will be tight here. All right, let's try with the tether here. Okay, it's okay. Don't be in a hurry. Sergey, you know, I have to use red, but it is too tight. You know, so your fingers are inside the button here. Beware that I can actually reach with it to you. Okay, stand by one. I will try to use the swing arm here. Gosh. Try to use your left hand.
Ребят, небольшой перерыв связи был.
Guys, there will be a short home dropout. We are trying to install the impact. Attempts are continuing, trying to position ourselves in such a way so that we can do it. Once I retrieve it, and no joy. So this extension here, you know, it has to be in the open position. So you hold it, and I will try to move it, orient it so that it can be installed. No, not that way. What, like this way? This is better. Also a bit closer. Now you can pull it. Is it open? Yes, it is unfastened. And you know, it is. It can be installed on the handrail now in this configuration. And this thingy, it is lifted here.
Можно поднять поручень ГЗУ и на поднятый поручень
You can lift the GZU handrail, guys, and you can try to install it on the lifted handrail. Well, it's just one of the simplest operations. Somehow, something is preventing us from doing it. So the spring is compressed. This boat does not touch it here. Maybe it is compressed too much. It is a hard stop. Okay, so the internal fastener is springed as well. Maybe we should try it in diagonal direction. So the opening is not enough to install it on the handrail. The gap is not enough.
Сергей, второй.
EV2, Sergey 2, go ahead, Artyom.
Убери, пожалуйста, охлаждение. Там дальше единицы не ставь. У тебя там 9 градусов. Боюсь, замерзнешь.
Decrease the cooling. I think we are afraid you will freeze. It's just 9 degrees. Copy will do. Now, more or less, the position is now fine. Now, I understand why. Of course, there was some kind of nut, and it got in between. You see? Yes. This is a brown nut here. Yes, I can see that. It has to be unfastened somehow. So it is tight here. Let us try. Yeah, it has to be just got off with force. No, actually there is no need. It has to be just pushed away, and this ring here. Yes, I agree.
There you go, I got it. We have the tether installed. Right, movement. Move it. 1, 2. Let me try and turn it.
This is Mission Control Houston, 5 hours, 16 minutes into the spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Sverchkov as they continue to work to secure a tray of experiments called the Impact that measures micrometeoroid debris hits on the surface of the Russian segment of the station.
Okay. We have it secured.
And word now being received that the cosmonauts have, in fact, installed the replacement tray of witness plates for that impact experiment.
Don't you think that it's best to connect it to tie it down with a wire tie?
Принято.
Well, if you think it's best, but it's tight. Then make sure it's secure and then just remove it. Right, so we have the safety tether. We need to move it to the old one. And then with this one, I'm going to secure the cover. Copy.
Принято, да, именно так и делаем.
We copy, crew, and that's exactly how we want you to do it.
По поводу транспортировки дальнейшей импакта, следующая рекомендация.
So for impact, for moving it,
подвязывать проволокой.
so what the recommendations are that the cover, the space side of cover, needs to be attached to unintelligible. And the other side should be to the crew lock bag. Okay, one more time. So I have 4 hooks. I'm attaching it to the old one.
Такое ощущение, что
Be careful.
карабин летает.
It seems that one of the hooks is not secure. Okay, we have it all secure. The one that is with the crew lock bag. The old impact is secure there. Okay, like this.
Ребят, через 2 минуты возможно 5-минутное пропадание связи.
In 2 minutes, we may have a 5-minute LOS. So, do you have our go to jettison the cover? As we have planned. Right, that's what we wanted to say. Just make sure you are in the jettison zone. You identify it, and that's when you jettison the cover.
Тогда
We're not there yet.
солнечные батареи корабля и самого корабля.
So just make sure there is nothing in the way, that there are no solar arrays that may be in the way. And the Soyuz is not in the way either.
Забираем с собой
Okay.
в бэге внутри.
One more time, could you tell us how do we need to attach the impact to the handrail?
Подвязать к...
I can attach it. I can attach the old impact to the crew lock bag with the wire tie that is.
Да.
Or we can use the wire tie that we have for the towel. And it's probably better to use the wire tie that we have the towel attached with. I have the cover removed from the from the new impact.
Принято.
We copy. Sergey, do you need a hand here? No. I'm attaching the impact with a wire tie. And 3 twists. And there we go. Ready. Right, the impact has been secured. The crew lock bag is closed and secured as well. We copy all.
И по моей команде начнем движение в сторону мимо второго.
Так, что сделать с снятым чехлом?
Там, видимо, помехи связи были. Повернитесь еще раз тогда в сторону против вектора скорости. И мне нужна ваша квитанция.
Вот так вот видно? Вперед. Можешь развернуться? Не, пока не могу. А можешь тогда отойти ко мне, тут поручни больше? Да? Слушай, это правильная мысль. Нечего там болтаться. Да, нечего. Тут мучиться. Подожди, можешь нормально перейти? Потому что я твой короткий переступаю. Нет, не короткий, не трогай. Хорошо, все. Я сейчас таким же кардибалетом, как сюда. Я понял. Все, так, значит, я двигаюсь в сторону.
Okay, so I will do it the same way as before.
Не работает кардибалет.
Right. Not working. Great. I'm there.
Тогда я... Ну все, давай сейчас двигайте обратно. На продольный выйдем. Хорошо.
Right, so
там будет песня.
Let's use the longitudinal one.
Короткий должен идти задом. Ну ладно, сейчас. Раз. Давай. Отлично. Разворачивай.
Great, and we are tuning.
Вот сейчас вижу солнечную батарею. Ага.
All right, I see the solar rays.
Так, перешел на продольный.
Okay, I am.
Принято. Что насчет зоны отталкивания?
On the longitudinal, and what about the we copy
Секунду, подтвердим.
EV1 and EV2, and what about the jettisoning?
Солнечная батарея корабля.
Well, I currently still see the solar rays. Okay, I have a suggestion. Talking over each other.
Ребят, у нас тень закончится через...
Guys, we will get out of the eclipse
Ребят, у нас тень закончится через 7
in
минут.
7 minutes.
И вместе с полотенцами отбросим
And
единым целым.
we suggest to jettison the cover together with the towels. Let's just get to the handrails right now. Circular handrails. Copy. Circular handrails. EV2, I'm moving along towards longitudinal. And AV1, I'm right behind you.
Ребят, рекомендация по поводу защитного чехла, то что наносим его внутрь.
We do have recommendation regarding the protective glass. We are not jettisoning the cover. We're jettisoning only the towels. We copy. So the cover should go in the bag, right? Yes. EV2, I'm at the gap spanner.
This is Mission Control Houston, 5.5 hours into the Spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov. The impact tray of witness plates that measures micrometeoroid debris hits and other data regarding foreign debris hits on the surface of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. That new tray of witness plates has been installed. Some conversation about jettisoning its cover, but that was ruled out by the Russian flight control team. They still have on the pre-EVA plan the likely jettisoning of a couple of towels that the cosmonauts will use to wipe down their Orlan suits before they return to the Poisk airlock.
Perform the visual inspection while you are at the circular handrails. Okay, we copy. I'll move up a little bit to plane 3.
через 2 минуты окончание тени.
2 minutes till the end of eclipse. Copy. So we have 2442 circular handrail. It is kind of going at an angle, and it's marked with some black markings. Can I use it to secure myself too? Yes. Okay. EV2. Unintelligible. I have moved towards plane 4. So I have moved towards plane 4. Probably more towards plane 3. Is that where we are moving? And we are at the circular handrails.
Давайте сейчас ожидаем солнышко.
Okay, just stand by for the sun.
Принято. Ну, сейчас оно
Copy.
засветит, когда хорошо.
We see the sun, just wait a little bit more.
Внешний осмотр.
Just
Внимательно изучаем скафандр.
review
Перед, спину, ноги.
and
Те места, которые...
perform visual inspection of your organs. Just make sure everything is fine and clean. All right, I don't see anything on your gloves. No residue or dirt. Actually, you have something on your shoulder, a tiny dark spot. Which side? On the left one? Yes. Well, I don't see it. Well, you won't. The legs are all clean, and the boots are also all clean. So the hands are as well. There is a little bit of dirt, something dark on your shoulder. It may be just some wear and tear on the suit. That's normal. Okay? Clean your gloves. So clean the impact, the old impact, and do the jettisoning. We copy. All right, we are getting the towels out. EV2 has the towels out.
This is Mission Control Houston, having installed the new impact tray of micrometeoroid debris witness plates on the large diameter of the Zvezda service module. Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Sverchkov are wiping down their suits and gloves with some towels that they'll be jettisoning aft of the International Space Station, those towels posing no threat to recontact the orbital outpost.
On the gloves, like some dust. And the towel gets some of it off, but not all of it. Space dust. All right, let me clean the handrail. Alright, this dark color that is on the handrails of the SM, pretty characteristic there, kind of floating away. Alright, it just doesn't want to get off. The dark one. Copy. Maybe I should have moved from that long one. Oh, shoot. Right, we are standing by for the sunrise. Artem, are we waiting for anything? So, have you cleaned up the dirt? Well, some of it.
Давайте тогда еще подождем 2 минутки.
All right. Let's wait for another couple of minutes. Sounds good.
Вы пока примерьтесь к месту отталкивания, откуда это удобнее делать.
Please just select the right position to do the jettisoning. Make sure that there is nothing in the way of the towels. Well, there is this N unit that's installed here, but I'd say that, or the I unit, but I'd say that it's doable. We'll probably have to position ourselves like a little bit. There was a short dropout in COM. And as far as I understand, the sun is out, right? The sun is out. We have identified the jettisoning vector. Copy. Just find the horizon and jettison it towards the horizon. Affirmative.
Ну, тогда давайте, поехали.
All right, guys. Let's roll. We can potentially spot the horizon. And EV1 is ready. All right. Towards the horizon, 360 degrees. Both towels have been jettisoned successfully.
And as you can see from the helmet camera from Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov, both towels used to wipe down the Orlan suits for Ryzhikov and Kud Sverchkov have now been jettisoned aft. They will re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and disintegrate. Very little mass to those towels and no potential for recontact with the station.
There, so that we could actually rotate the solar arrays and put them in the right positioning for for you to be able to continue. And please do not continue towards the smaller diameter because we need to stand by till the solar arrays are in correct position. Copy.
Батареи строго под нами.
The solar arrays are exactly underneath us. Well, they're a little bit behind us.
Мы их наблюдаем.
We see them.
Перейти на третий блок, надо чуть дальше пройти и доложить.
And
сейчас просто будем
we need to
переводить их на 90 градусов.
Спуститься это...
Move a little bit down towards DC1.
Куда у тебя ноги сейчас направлены?
Да, вам надо
just where your legs are.
Солнечные батареи мы будем вращать фэпами на первую плоскость.
Are pointing. Well, solar rays should be towards, like, we would be turning them towards plane 1. Okay, we copy.
Понятно, что мешалось.
Okay, yes, it was in the way.
Так, Артем, я нахожусь по поручню 20.
Artyom, I'm next to handrail 2442. Copy.
Ну, можно дальше идти.
You go to proceed?
Да, чувствую, они
yes.
такой коварный.
Stand by. It's tricky here.
Не мешаете? Не, нормально, просто не дотягивайся.
I'm not in the way? No, you're not. You're fine. Okay.
А вот он. Рановато, чуть батареи перевели. Я их слегка касаюсь.
I guess we moved the batteries a bit early because I'm touching them slightly.
Так, второй
This is EV2. One of the hooks is attached to the longitudinal handrail. Copy. Moving along the longitudinal handrail. Please wait for EV1 and then you will proceed with battery rotation. Copy.
Так, меня немножко засыпало здесь.
Okay, it got tangled up a bit right here.
Сергей II, ты пока разместись так.
Sergey II, please position yourself now while you're waiting. Yes, and next to the longitudinal handrail.
Ты мог контролировать вращение солнечных батарей.
And make sure that you will be in a position that will allow you to monitor the array rotation.
Надо разместиться так, чтобы вы могли оба контролировать положение солнечных батарей.
And you will have to move over there and position yourself early to make sure that you're able to monitor the rotation of solar arrays.
Так. Серега, освободил тебе место.
Sergey, I made room for you here. Copy.
Солнечные батареи еще не наблюдаю.
I do not see the solar arrays just yet.
Вот сейчас наблюдаю батарею.
And I can see it now.
Во второй плоскости.
The battery that's in the area of plane 2. Copy. In the case, Sergey 1 will be monitoring the area of plane 4. Okay, copy. And standby 1, I need to attach one more hook.
Ребят, продолжайте движение в сторону мира.
Guys,
Сказали, батареи уже выставили.
keep translating towards the MRM modules. I was just told that the solar arrays are feathered already. Okay, so we're going to keep translating. Okay, yes, copy. I guess they were feathered earlier. And we will need to move over towards the plane 2 area and move carefully here.
Сейчас я осмотрюсь.
Let me look around.
В смысле, а там прямая трасса по третьей плоскости.
There is a straightforward translation path to plane 3. Yes, that's correct, but there is some equipment on the handrail, right on the actual handrail. Okay, yes, I copy that. I understand there is an adapter.
This is Mission Control Houston, approaching the 6-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Sverchkov. They have now installed the witness plate called the impact tray of experiments to measure micrometeoroid debris hits on the surface of the outside of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, and are taking a few closeout photos, and will be heading back to the Poisk module airlock soon to wrap up this spacewalk, in which they repositioned a telemetry antenna from the Zvezda service module to Poisk, which is being employed today for the first time as an airlock for a Russian spacewalk. The two crew members also retrieved and replaced some material science experiment trays on the outside of the Russian segment. but we're unable to install a fluid regulator system into the Zarya module to replace an older unit because they could not open up the cover housing the new fluid flow regulator. That is not an impact to operations. The older unit is still performing nicely with no issues. So the new fluid flow regulator for the Zarya module will be installed at a later date.
Something got tangled up here. So I got tangled up on the hook of the gap spanner.
Давай посмотрим.
So let me check that. Sergey, I think this is the red tether that's going along here. Do you see the red? It is attached to the lock. Yes. Thanks.
The Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow are going to have the two spacewalkers go back just a few feet onto the service module so that they can reposition about 90 degrees an instrument that measures thruster plume impingement on the surface of the Zvezda service module. That should be the last task that they tackle during today's spacewalk.
Yes. Sergey, too, when you get a chance, could you please switch over your camera? What should I do to turn it off? Can you please turn it off and back on, because we are not getting the video from your camera. Okay, I pressed on the button twice, and as far as the LED goes, let me check. I do not see it yet. I do not see the LED, so let me try doing that again. Okay, and it's on now. Copy, thanks.
And a good view of the center of attention today, the Poisk module, on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the station, launched on November 10th, 2009. This module that has served as a docking port for arriving Russian vehicles today received a second hat, that being the ability to support Russian spacewalks. The crew spent some time this morning depressurizing and repressurizing and checking hatch seals to make sure that Poisk was fit to support spacewalk activity. It passed with flying colors, and Poisk now in service in support of Russian spacewalks. Next year, the Russians will be launching the multi-purpose laboratory module called Nauka, the Russian word for science.
Okay.
That will be launched on a Proton rocket, a huge 22-ton module that will serve several purposes, not only as a research laboratory, but also as a docking port and an airlock that will replace the Pirs docking compartment, which will be detached from the station and deorbited through a Russian Progress cargo ship to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, the shortcut handrail is behind me, correct? But I should be translating towards...
Again, Ryzhikov and Sverchkov, as we approach the 6-hour mark in the spacewalk, one more task for them, and that is the repositioning of a thruster plume impingement monitor on the Zvezda service module, after which they will wrap up the spacewalk by collecting their tools, checking the inventory of items that they brought outside with them this morning, and then getting back inside Poise, closing the hatch and repressurizing the airlock. The end of the Russian spacewalk will be measured at the point of hatch closure.
And it will be at an angle. Overall, there is a mechanical lock.
Это при необходимости. Возможно, получится провернуть и без расфиксации.
That needs to be unfastened if necessary. Maybe you will be able to rotate it without unfastening it. And solar arrays are a good landmark for you now, and you will need to rotate back at the O in the plane towards the solar arrays, and also monitor the needle. It should be oriented and audible. Okay. So I just wanted to give you a reminder.
Сергей первый.
Sergey 1.
Да.
Go ahead.
Посмотри внимательно, пожалуйста, на свое навесное оборудование.
Could you please check your OTAs? I think a wind knob came off.
Я его уже попытался вернуть на место.
Yes, I tried to put back on.
Возвращаю еще раз.
So let me try that again.
Остановитесь, отдышитесь.
Just stop for now. Take a break. Catch your breath. And we will continue after the break.
Вернул.
Okay, it's back on.
Принято. Ну, продолжайте
Copy.
пока.
And you can rest for now. Okay. And then we'll tell you when to proceed. Okay, we need to look around. What's more convenient here? I guess the seat should be oriented towards the box.
Время ВКД 6 часов.
EVA elapsed time is 6 hours. Copy.
Так, Серег, я тебе освободил место. Да, вижу.
Sergey, I made room for you here. Yes, I see it.
Ребят, сейчас, в принципе, можно включить GoPro.
Guys, you can turn on GoPro cameras and you can keep them on until the completion of the EVA. Copy. So we're almost back. Yes. Okay, I got that. So I guess I will need to move over there and up. Yes. Please move back. Okay, yes. So EV1 inaudible. Moscow, this is Kate. I am in PHO. How do you read me? Loud and clear? Okay, that's good.
Ryzhikov and Sverchkov are back at the Poisk airlock hatchway. You see the space station commander, Sergei Ryzhikov, right at the hatchway, from which they exited about 6 hours and 8 minutes ago at the start of today's spacewalk. Once inside, they'll close the hatch. That will mark the official end of today's spacewalk in terms of elapsed time. We then will wait for the start of the repressurization of the Poisk airlock, again being used for the first time today, and we'll provide some statistical information for you before we wrap up our coverage.
This is EV1. I am positioned next to BKDO, and the same for EV2. We are ready to proceed. Do you guys need to take a quick break to catch your breath? No, so we're turning it now. Excellent. No. No, please push a bit more. Okay, that's it. Okay, and I copied that you see the BKDO unit and its position. Yes, it's at approximately 45-degree angle. And the arrow is pointing towards the SMF, and BKDO is parallel to solar arrays. Copy. And GoPro cameras are on. Could you please film it? And then you will go back. Okay, copy. And I'm filming it now.
Ребят, сейчас переходим к люку. Внутрь не...
Guys, you will move over towards the hatch now, and do not go back inside. When you position yourself next to hatch edge, EV1 should be prepared to go back inside first, and then EV2 will go second. Before you go back in, we're going to have to do equipment inventory. Copy.
Ryzhikov and Sverchkov being instructed by flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center to take an inventory of their tools and other equipment they used during the course of today's spacewalk. Ryzhikov will be first inside, followed by Sverchkov, reversing the order in which they exited the Poisk airlock this morning. The two cosmonauts completed the shakedown on the Poisk airlock to be used for Russian spacewalks. Following leak checks of the Poisk airlock hatch, and as well as the depressurization and repressurization of the newly employed airlock, the two cosmonauts were able to reposition an antenna cable connecting the Pirs docking compartment to the Zvezda service module. It was repositioned that now links the Poisk airlock to the Zvezda service module. This sets the stage for future work that will decommission the Pirs docking compartment for its detachment and disposal next year, prior to the launch of the multipurpose laboratory module as a brand new module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. The two cosmonauts retrieved a connector bracket sample housing material science experiments off of the Piers docking compartment. Retrieved and replaced a micrometeoroid impact tray from the large diameter area of the Zvezda service module. Took photos of plume deflectors on the Zvezda service module. Repositioned a plume impingement experiment measuring thruster impingement on the service module as well. They did not have time to clean a window on the outside of the service module, and they were not able to replace a fluid regulator device on the Zarya module because they were not able to open the lid to the container in which a brand new fluid regulator was housed. Those tasks will be rescheduled for a future spacewalk.
EV1, you don't have to do that now. This is for EV2, and EV1 will proceed with positioning himself inside the module. Yes, that's what we were going to do. That was Sergey too. Okay, I copy that now. I apologize.
So the first hook should be left on the outer surface, on the external surface. Come again. EV1 did not copy. So both hooks are outside. No, yes, until you ingress, they should be outside. Copy. We had a short com dropout, guys. So the MLI on plate number 9 is closed. Copy. You both right now are at the edge of the EVA hatch, correct? Yes, I'm at handrail 61, which is next to the hatch. Okay, let us do the inspection of the OTA attached hardware. Okay, so EV2, first complete your translation and then report that you are there. EV1 is right before the hatch, and I'm next to him, so we are not in the way of each other, so we can continue. Yes, go ahead. So we are checking the hardware. Yes, crew log bag is in place. Crew log bag, yes, it's in place. I confirm. Okay, so let's first check what EV1 has. OTA is there, right? Yes, check. Swing arm. Check. Yes, it's in place. Tool caddy. There. Trash bag. There. Check. Ratchet wrench with the wing nut wrench and red. Yes, all three are there. Cutter. Yes, it is there. Check.
глиссер с ретом.
Glitter camera with the red tether.
Глиссер с ретом на месте.
Yes, they are here.
Один свободный, small.
One small red tether is free.
Да.
Available? Yes. One available tether.
Один свободный, large, small.
And there is also the large small, also free, and it is connected to the housing of the impact.
Тогда, Сергей,
Okay.
Сейчас тоже смотри на второго.
Then, Sergey, please look at operator 2, at Sergey 2, and we will do the inspection with him. OTA, Sergey 2?
OTA на месте.
Yes, I have it.
Twin arm.
Swing arm?
На месте.
I have it.
Tool caddy.
Tool caddy?
Что? Tool caddy?
Come again? Yes, tool caddy, yes, is in place. Okay, so the ratchet wrench with wing nut wrench and red?
На месте. Ключ, трещотка, барашек.
There, all three items. Check. Copy. Glitter camera with the red feather. Small red. Yes. I have it. One free small red and not attached. Yes, one unattached and one large small. Everything is in place. Thank you so much. So EV1, you ingress first, and EV2 will follow you. Copy in work. Okay, the short hook is inside. The swing arm is in the way. Get snagged. Now this is good. Excellent. EV1 is inside.
And Ryzhikov now back inside the Poisk module.
MRM module. The EV2 has started moving in.
At the end of the day, the two cosmonauts completed everything except the replacement of that fluid flow regulator for the Zarya module. No impact to Russian operations, however. That task will be deferred to a future spacewalk, as well as the cleaning of one of the windows on the outside of the service module. All of the other tasks were completed, including the validation of the Poisk airlock, most importantly, as a new airlock to be used for future Russian spacewalks, and the disconnection and reconnection of an antenna cable that now links the Poisk module to the Zvezda service module for telemetry for future spacewalks.
Yeah, you know, my tether got snagged. Copy. The airtight container. Sergey, your feet are touching the cables. Try to move your feet a little bit. Bend your knees. Yes. Is it okay now? Yes, it is better. That's excellent.
The view from Sergei Ryzhikov's helmet camera. He is halfway inside the Poisk airlock, looking at his spacewalking crewmate, Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, both cosmonauts completing the first spacewalks of their careers, the 232nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
Okay, so your watch is moving on your wrist. And here we have to deal with impact, right? Yes, that's correct. The impact is unintelligible. We need to get the bag first. Where is it? So impact is secured with a hook to the handrail. I am unfastening it from the red right now. Copy. And red is secured to the cover, and we think that it is sufficient.
Но, соответственно, когда...
You know, I am having the bag. I am holding it. It is prepared in principle. Now we have to put the impact tray there. Be careful with the hook. Yes, it is ready. No, not ready yet. There is wire tie here, so I have to unfasten it. It is to that. It is secured to that one. Yes, that's correct. All right, now I am putting the impact inside the bag. Push it a little bit more. You know, I flew away a little bit. Stand by one. Let me position myself better. Unintelligible. You know, it is narrow, this bag. The opening is not sufficiently wide. Okay, it is almost there. Now let me adjust the latch because it's snagged on the wire tie here. Copy. Now remove the hook. Yes, of course, you can do it now. It is secure inside. It is done. Copy. I remove the hook. I'm holding it. Now pull the cord. Yes, it is tight now, the bag. We watching it, guys.
Сергей, первый, второй.
Sergey, 1 and 2. Go ahead, Artyom. When you are ready to remove the protective ring, please deactivate the sublimators, and then after that you will deal with the protective ring. Okay, so it is EV2. Do I have to ingress? Yes, it's a go. You can ingress now. If you are done with everything, you can ingress. EV1 and EV2. EV2, you can ingress. Before the protective ring activity, you will need, 407 connectors. You have to tow them to KBO. Bag. All right. So before the protective ring installation, after the ingress, yes, you will have to do it after the ingress. Okay. So the hook from crew lock bag now is transferred inside. I'm taking it inside. KBO bag is ready. Crew lock bag is inside also already. So after I have my short tether inside, can I demate crew lock bag from my tether? Once the hook of the equipment tether is secured inside the MRM, yes, then of course you can do it. Crew lock bag is secured inside MRM2 on the circular handrail. In that case, yes, you can release your tether. I also can actually use the second, can demate the second hook from impact. There is no need for that. EV2. Okay, copy. So I demated, unhooked the external hook of from the crew lock bag. It's my short tether. And I am going to ingress.
Для того, чтобы СМП работать, нам нужен crew lock bag, соответственно.
So we will need the crew lock bag in order to work with the connector unit. Okay. My cartridge is coming to the limit. This is due to the time that you have spent in your spacesuit. Yes, I understand. EV2 is inside. Copy. We are watching it from EV1 camera. I am moving.
Both crew members, Ryzhikov and Kud Sverchkov, now back inside the Poisk module airlock. And we'll be standing by for the hatch to be closed to mark the official end of today's spacewalk.
Tether. The long tether is rehooked to the handrail inside the MRM2 module, and the second EV operator is fully inside. I have ingress in full. Copy. I'm ready with the bag. Okay, I'm working with the crew lock bag now. The crew lock bag is open. So the SNP 407 connector assembly is here. So I am closing the crew log bag. Unintelligible. Okay, let me retrieve the red. Yes, I can see it. Stand by one.
Тем временем наступила тень.
Okay, so we are in eclipse
Так как мы уже внутри.
right now. Copy. So the SNP 407 is in the bag. It is stowed there. Copy.
Тогда, в принципе, можно включать сушку сублиматора, потому что мы приступаем к финальной процедуре.
Deactivate the sublimators. First, you will proceed to the removal of the protective ring. Yes. The T2 switch, the T2 control, temperature control switch should be in position 3, guys. Okay, in order to deactivate the sublimators, we need to put the temperature switch to
обратно вверх в подтянутом состоянии. И поставьте
4. Actually, you know, it is 3. Position 3 is better for drying out. Okay, position 3 will do.
Шестерку.
Okay, so the EV1 sublimator is deactivated. Copy.
Ну и АСТР можно
And
включать.
the ISTR, the source system can be deactivated too.
Тумблер АСТР.
The ISTR switch can be deactivated. Let me help you. Yeah, I need first to deactivate my sublimator. Okay. Could you lower the arm a little bit because it is in the way? Copy. Something is impeding, something in between there.
Moments away from the closing of the hatch to the Poisk module to complete today's spacewalk. A good view of Sergei Ryzhikov from the helmet camera of Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, the two cosmonauts wrapping up the first spacewalks of their respective careers.
In the lower end? No. Unintelligible. You move out back from me. Okay? No. Somehow it is goes only halfway. Maybe you should first press it and then the sublimator indicator is pressed. Yes, copy. So, can you see drying of the toe on your displays? Yes, 2.5. Yes, and inaudible for the EV2. Copy. You know, the drying norm or OK should appear earlier than 10 minutes or after 10 minutes. You will see. Okay, so we are starting the removal of the protective ring, guys. It's a go. Copy. In work. We haven't removed the hook here yet. Okay, so let us push it away from here. You know, it is secured there, this hook, yes. So you can try to push it back. Yeah, of course, it is hooked. Yes, it is hooked. All right, so, you know, but then the tether will be right across the whole airlock. So I will unhook it first. Okay. Yeah, this is an optimal decision. Yes, because we won't have to reach there that far away. You hook on the hook, and sitting on it is the third hook, so to say. Yes, I am holding it. I got it. All right, I will move out from here a little bit farther away. So I'm turning here, changing my position. The fastener here.
Сергей, второй, а в каком
EV2.
Тепло-холод?
What is your temperature switch position? In position 3? Yes, I put it in position 3. It should be. I cannot tell you right now, but, you know, it is already drying for 4 minutes. Copy. And mine is drying for 6 minutes. It's EV1. Copy. Unintelligible. Guys, how are things? How are you doing? Everything is fine. We're standing by for your go. But I've already told you. Have you removed the protective ring? Not yet. We are doing it now. I moved the flag. We are doing it. So the EV2.
The removal of that protective ring reverses the order of the work that was done at the beginning of today's spacewalk after the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module, the new airlock being employed for the first time today by Ryzhikov and Sverchkov. That protective ring preventing any orbital debris from striking the edge of the seals to the airlock hatch.
Folded it. It is ready. So the protective ring is removed, and we are stowed behind the 6113 handrail. Now you can also remove the adjustable tether, folks, but leave the hatch in the open position until the activity with sublimators. Okay, the hook is removed. We copy all. Copy. The rubber seals on my side are all good. From 8 to 1, that's what I can see if we use the face of the clock allegory. Okay? Copy. The tow drying is normal for EV1, 9 minutes, 8 seconds is the time of the drying. Guys, we have a recommendation. If after you close the hatch, we have comb drop out, you will have to mate the electrical umbilical. Copy will do.
We are standing by for the LED indicator that everything is nominal, and we are standing by for the timer. I see.
прошло.
10 minutes is up. 10:02.
Здесь норма.
And ТДО is normal.
Да. Можно закрывать.
And we are ready to proceed.
Серег, я плохо вижу.
And Sergey, I don't see clearly. Was there repress?
Так, ручка на месте.
The handle is in place.
Флажок проплачен.
In the correct position, and I'm starting the rotation.
This view from a balcony camera overlooking the Russian Mission Control Center on the outskirts of Moscow, as Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov are about to close the hatch to the Poisk module airlock, its use having been perfectly successful in its debut as an airlock to support Russian spacewalks. standing by for the hatch closure that will stop the clock on today's spacewalk.
All right, I need to adjust here. Unintelligible. Was there a click? No, I haven't heard it. Me neither. Okay, and now we had the click. Copy. So the rollers should be in position closed. They all are in position closed.
Спасибо.
Thank you, and I'm removing the handle.
6 часов 47 минут.
So you were outside for 6 hours 47 minutes. Congratulations on your first EVA. Thank you so much for your work, and we are standing by for the end of the repress. And I am handing over the floor to Dima. And thank you. Thank you so much, Artyom. Thank you for your support. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Hey? Do you see unintelligible? They are right next to me. Okay, it's put on something. Hold on. Sergey 1, Sergey 2. This is Dmitry. For repress. Please prep the cue cards. Cue card 9. Copy cue card 9. And just put yourself in the correct position. And we are connecting the electrical umbilicals.
Так, Сереж, если разместились, то открываем фрагмент 10, шаг 3, надув МИМ-2 до 260 миллиметров.
Open step 3. So this is going to be repressed up to 60 millimeters.
Фрагмент 10, шаг 3.
What cue card are you talking about? It's cue card 10. It's going to be MRM2 repressed to 260 millimeters from PHO. Did he say 10? No. I just misheard then.
The hatch is closed to the Poisk airlock. We're just waiting for confirmation on an official time for that hatch closure, which will denote the exact elapsed time of today's spacewalk.
All right, so cue card 10 is open. Step 3, we are monitoring KSD valve 2 in position closed, KSD DC1 in position closed. Valve panel is on, KSD DC1 open, is not illuminated. And on your go, I am ready to open KVD FHOSU valve. We have a go, send the command. Do you give us the go? Yes, you have a go. And I confirm the LED is illuminated, and we're starting the timer. Copy. The timer has been started, and MRM2 pressure is increasing. Current pressure is 20 millimeters.
И комментируем шагом 20-30 миллиметров давление.
Just provide us a running commentary every time the pressure increases up like 20-30 millimeters. 3.2 is for EVE2. MRM pressure is Sergey, 1. What's the pressure? 2.3. MRM2 pressure is 115. 0.22 and 0.23 are pressures in the suit. Once you reach pressure 260, we will be closing the KVD valve. We copy. MRM2 pressure 160. And the timer is 2 minutes. And UDSK is 0.16. And Sergey, what's the pressure in MRM2 and in the suits? MRM2 pressure is 180. Suit 1, 0.12 and 0.13 are pressures for suit 1 and suit 2. Sergey, let's turn off US cameras. Just push the button to turn them off. EV1 has his camera off. EV2 has his camera off. Copy. MRM2 pressure is 220. EV1 suit is 0.8 and 0.9 are the pressures in suit 1 and suit 2 correspondingly. Copy.
$235.
235 is the pressure in MRM2. 3.5 minutes. Suit pressure.
Будет в районе нуля, можно будет экран инжектор, да, там 0,05, 0,06 и отключить.
Well, if the pressure is getting close to zeros in the suits, you can use the injector for the suits to have them at 0.06, 0.05. Well, currently it's 0.04. And pressure is an intelligible copy and at pressure of 260. Don't forget to close KVD PHOSU. I'll be ready. In 5 millimeters, we'll be closing the KVD PHOSU hatch. Oh, valve, correction. 260 is the MRM2 pressure. And I am closing the KVD valve. And I confirm the LED is no longer illuminated. And enabled is no longer there. What's the MV pressure in MRM2? At the beginning, when you were equalizing the pressure. Stand by, let me place myself a little bit more comfortably. 260 is the MRM2 pressure on MV. Okay, now you can move on to Q card 11, step 5. Transition to onboard power supply, and you can start working per the step. Copy. Q card 11, step 5. I am monitoring total pressure in O2 tanks. And on the POV panel, please put the switch to BECA 1 and BECA 2. First tank is 40. Second, 290. Copy. Third is 280. Copy. Oh, it's definitely more than 150. Shall we continue? And in the fourth one, it's unintelligible 60.
Подтверждаю, хорошо.
And I'm... Okay, I have O2 open. Repress, purge, Orlan 1 and 2. No.
This is Mission Control Houston. We now have confirmation on the official end time to today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov. The spacewalk coming to an end with hatch closure on the Poisk module airlock at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The elapsed time of the spacewalk, 6 hours, 48 minutes. We'll have other statistical information for you momentarily.
Смотрите, там, если тяжело, можете
Guys,
друг другу помочь.
if it's getting difficult,
in addition, the Poisk airlock is being repressurized at this hour. No problems with that. And again, the spacewalk ending at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for an elapsed time of 6 hours, 48 minutes.
valve open, but it closes. Same issue here. Unintelligible. Let's try. Let's try to just do it to each other. There. Is there anything over my shoulder? Is it pull? Is anything pulling there? Maybe the short tether. All right. O2 monitoring.
Повтори, пожалуйста, Сереж.
Sergey, come again.
Контроль O2.
So we now see the message O2 monitoring, and we see that we have the umbilical connected, fluid umbilical connected for suit 1, working on the second one. Other way around, away from me. Like this, right? Yes.
Вот эти надписи, которые появляются, это
Those messages that come up. It just...
This is Mission Control Houston. Once again, Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov back inside the Poisk module, where they inaugurated its use as a spacewalking airlock today and began the process of decommissioning the Pirs docking compartment, which has been used up to this point over the past 19 years as an airlock for Russian spacewalks. This was the 232nd spacewalk in support of ISS assembly maintenance and upgrades, the 8th spacewalk staged this year out of the International Space Station, and again the first spacewalk conducted out of Poisk. The spacewalk began at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module. and ended at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Time with the hatch closure, and an elapsed time of 6 hours, 48 minutes for today's spacewalk, the first for Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov. In all, the 232 spacewalks conducted since the inauguration of spacewalks out of the International Space Station in 1998 have resulted in 1,458 hours and 51 minutes of spacewalks, or the equivalent of 60 days, 18 hours, and 51 minutes of spacewalking time. This was the first spacewalk for Expedition 64. More spacewalks for this increment are planned in the weeks and months ahead.
Sergey, yours is a little bit lower. Yep. Let me give it to you so that I don't have to hunt it down later.
So with the completion of today's spacewalk and the repressurization of the Poisk module underway, that will wrap up our coverage for today. Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov, part of what is now a 7-person crew on board the International Space Station. They will complete the repressurization of Poisk, open up the hatch, as will Kate Rubins on the station side of the Poisk service module interface, and the crew will get some well-deserved rest for the end of the evening. So with that, we'll complete our coverage for today. The spacewalk by Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov now at an end, 6 hours and 48 minutes. Enjoy your evening. Keep following the exploits of Expedition 64 in the International Space Station on the web at www.nasa.gov/station. Have a good evening. This is Mission Control Houston.